Hello there. Welcome to this learning session about ITIL Service Design. The Service Design module is one of the ITIL Service Lifecycle modules. It will be of interest to professionals who are preparing for a career in IT service management. Introduction. Course Agenda. This interactive e-learning program, with its structured course cover, will help in better understanding of the fundamentals and designing of services. Certification Roadmap. This slide depicts the ITIL qualification structure. The tiered structure of the qualification offers candidates the choice to complement career goals by focusing their studies on key areas of interest. ITIL offers 5 different certification levels: Foundation, Practitioner, Intermediate, Expert, Master. ITIL uses a credit system. Ultimately, a total of 22 credits is required to achieve ITIL Expert certification. The Service Design module is worth 3 credits. ITIL Service Management Framework. ITIL Framework. ITIL is a framework providing best practice guidelines on all aspects of end-to-end service management. It covers complete spectrum of people, processes, products and use of partners. It provides a framework for the governance of IT, and focuses on the continual measurement and improvement of the quality of IT service delivered. Service Lifecycle Approach. The service management lifecycle approach considers the strategy, design, transition, operation and continuous improvement of IT services. Service Value Proposition. Services are a means of delivering value to customers. Services may be defined by specifications, but customer outcomes are the genesis of services. Service Management. Service management is a set of specialized organizational capabilities. The act of transforming capabilities and resources into valuable services is at the core of service management. Service Functions. A function is a team or group of people and the tools or other resources they use to carry out one or more processes or activities. Service Process. A process is a structured set of activities designed to accomplish a specific objective. A process takes one or more defined inputs and turns them into defined outputs. Processes define actions, dependencies and sequence. Well-defined processes can improve productivity within and across organizations and functions. The image on the slide depicts a basic process. The image on the slide depicts the characteristics of process. Service Roles. A role is a set of responsibilities, activities and authorities granted to a person or team. A role is defined in a process or function. One person or team may have multiple roles. Module 1, Introduction to Service Design. Purpose. The main purpose of the service design stage of the life cycle is the design of new or changed services. It is important that a holistic approach to all aspects of design is adopted. Objectives, Goals. When designing and developing a new application, we should consider the impact on the overall service. This will ensure all of the management and operational requirements are addressed, as a fundamental part of the design. Scope. There are 5 individual aspects of service design. New or changed services, service management systems and tools, technology architecture and management systems, the processes required, measurement methods and metrics. Business value. With good service design, it is possible to deliver quality, cost-effective services and ensure that the business requirements are being met. The following benefits result from good service design practice. Reduced total cost of ownership. Improved quality of service. Improved consistency of service. Easier implementation of new or changed services. Improve service alignment. More effective service performance. Improved IT governance. More effective service management and IT processes. Improved information and decision making. Context. The ITIL core consists of 5 lifecycle stages. One such in our context is service design. The core is expected to provide structure, stability and strength to service management capabilities. There are other stages of the service life cycle, processes, that will be executed or supported during service design. The various life cycle stages with their respective inputs and outputs are highlighted in a tabular format as shown on the slide. There are other stages of the service life cycle, processes, that will be executed or supported during service design. The various life cycle stages with their respective inputs and outputs are highlighted in a tabular format as shown on the slide. There are other stages of the service life cycle, processes, that will be executed or supported during service design. The various life cycle stages with their respective inputs and outputs are highlighted in a tabular format as shown on the slide. There are other stages of the service life cycle, processes, that will be executed or supported during service design. The various life cycle stages with their respective inputs and outputs are highlighted in a tabular format as shown on the slide. Contents and use of service acceptance criteria are highlighted in a tabular format as shown on the slide. Contents and use of service acceptance criteria are highlighted in a tabular format as shown on the slide. Module 2, Service Design Principles. The contents that will be covered in service design principles are listed on the slide. Holistic service design. It is important that a holistic, results-driven approach to all aspects of design is adopted. When designing and developing a new application, consider the impact on the overall service management information systems. 4 P's of service design. The implementation of ITIL service management as a practice is about preparing and planning the effective and efficient use of people, processes, products and the partners. Service composition. The composition of a service and its constituent parts is illustrated in above figure. Service design must consider all these aspects when designing service solutions to meet new and evolving business needs. Five aspects of service design. 5 separate aspects of service design that together describe the scope of this part of the service lifecycle are: service solutions, service management systems and tools, technology architectures and management architectures, processes, measurement systems, methods and metrics. Balanced design approach. For any new business requirements, the design of services is a delicate balancing act. You need to ensure that not only the functional requirements, but also the performance targets are met. Design activities. The following work occurs during the service design stage and should be coordinated by the design coordination process. Requirements collection analysis. Design of appropriate services. Review and revision of SD processes. Production and maintenance of IT policies and design documents. Risk assessment and management. Design activities constraints. All design activities operate within many constraints. The most obvious constraint is the financial one. There may be insufficient budget available for the most appropriate solution. So the service design processes must recognize the fact that they are free to design solutions, but they are working in an environment where many external factors can influence the design. Service requirements. Service design must consider all elements of the service by taking a holistic approach to the design of a new service. The image on the slide captures a typical service requirement design of a new service. Business requirements. In order to design and deliver IT services that meet the needs of the customers, clear specifications of the requirements must be documented and agreed. This business requirements stage should consist of appointment of project manager, team and governance, identifying stakeholders, conflict resolution, sign-off processes. Business drivers. Business drivers are the people, information and tasks that support the fulfillment of business objectives. Design aspects. All design activities are triggered by changes in business needs or service improvements. A structured and holistic approach to the design activities should be adopted to ensure consistency within all design activities. Designing service solution. A formal and structured approach is required to produce the new service at the right cost, utility and warranty and within the right time frame. Designing supporting system, especially service portfolio. The most effective way of managing all aspects of services through their life cycle is by using appropriate management information systems and tools to support and automate efficient processes. Designing supporting system, especially service portfolio. The design of the service portfolio and its ongoing management should take into consideration these practices. Each version of a service should be assigned a number or other unique identifier. Newer versions of a service in the pipeline while the current version is in the catalog. Each particular version of a service should only exist in one section of the portfolio at a time. From the requirements status to the chartered status, a service should appear in the service pipeline. Between operational and retired, each organization should have clear and unambiguous policies. Designing technology architecture. Technology architectures, the architectural design activities within an IT organization are concerned with providing the overall strategic blueprints for the development and deployment of an IT infrastructure. Management architectures, IT must manage costs, deliver the right services at the right time, secure information assets, provide dependable service and lead the business in leveraging technologies. Designing processes. A process is a structured set of activities designed to accomplish a specific objective. A process takes one or more inputs and turns them into defined outputs. A process includes all of the roles, responsibilities, tools and management controls required to reliably deliver the outputs. A process may also define or revise policies, standards, guidelines, activities, processes, procedures and work instructions if they are needed. Designing processes, clear definitions of accountability and responsibility are critical success factors for any improvement activity. To help with this task, the ROSI model or authority matrix is often used within organizations to define the roles and responsibilities in relation to processes and activities. ROSI is an acronym for the R main roles: responsible, accountable, consulted, informed. To build a ROSI chart, the following steps are required. Identify the processes, activities, identify and define the roles, conduct meetings and assign the ROSI codes, identify any gaps or overlaps, distribute the chart and incorporate feedback, ensure that the allocations are being followed. Designing measurement methods and metrics. In order to manage and control processes and services, they have to be monitored and measured. The design of the measurement methods and metrics is one of the 5 aspects of service design. Care should be exercised when selecting measurements and metrics and the methods used to produce them. This is because the metrics and measurements chosen will actually affect and change the behavior of people working within the activities. Metric tree. The most effective method of measurement is to establish a metrics tree or key performance indicator, KPI, tree, is depicted on the slide. Service-oriented architecture. The service-oriented architecture approach is considered best practice, and is used by many organizations to improve their effectiveness and efficiency in IT services. The SOA approach and principles are used to develop flexible, reusable IT services. This approach is essential to define service, identify interfaces and dependencies between services, investigates the impact of changes to shared service. Service design model. The model selected for the design of IT services should be finalized after reviewing the current capability and provisions. Delivery models include insourcing, outsourcing, co-sourcing, partnership or multi-sourcing, business process outsourcing, BPO, application service provision, knowledge process outsourcing, GAPO, cloud, multi-vendor sourcing. Design and development approach. It is also important to understand the current generic lifecycle types, methods and approaches to IT service development. This is required, in order to decide on standards for the service design stage of the lifecycle. To achieve this, A good understanding of the various service development lifecycle approaches, that include SDLC, Service Design Lifecycle, RAD, Rapid Application Development, XP, Extreme Programming, Off-the-shelf Solutions. Summary. So far, in this module of principles, we have learned about holistic service design, service composition and 4PS. 5 aspects of service. Balanced design approach. Service, business requirements and drivers. Design activities and constraints. 5 aspects of service design. Service-oriented architecture principles. Service design models. Module 3, Service Design Processes. Contents. In the coming slides, we will get to understand better about design coordination, service catalog management, service level management, availability management, capacity management, IT service continuity management, information security management, supplier management. Design coordination. Design coordination, purpose and goal. The purpose of the design coordination process is to ensure the goals and objectives of the service design stage are met by providing and maintaining a single point of coordination and control for all activities and processes within this stage of the service lifecycle. The goal is to coordinate all design activities across projects, changes, suppliers and support teams, and manage schedules, resources and conflicts. Scope. The scope of the design coordination process includes all design activity, particularly all new or changed service solutions that are being designed for transition. Value to business. The main value of the design coordination process to the business is the production of a set of consistent quality solution designs that will provide the desired business outcomes. A structured and holistic approach to design activities is captured graphically on this slide for reference. Policies, principles and basic concepts. A policy might specify that the design portion of all projects that meet specific criteria, the level of required documentation should also be established by policy. The design coordination policies should include adherence to corporate standards and conventions, explicit attention to governance and regulatory compliance in all design activities, criteria for resolving conflicting demands for service design resources, standard cost models. Balance and prioritization. The most important guideline to be followed in design coordination is balance. A comprehensive design that addresses all aspects of utility and warranty is certainly the goal. Integration with project management. In most organizations, many design efforts are managed as part of a project utilizing formal project management methods. The following work occurs during the service design stage and should be coordinated by the design coordination process: requirements collection, analysis and engineering, design of appropriate service solutions, technology, processes, information and metrics, review and revision of the design of all processes, risk assessment and management of all design processes and deliverables. Design coordination activities, presented in a graphic format, on the slide for study. Triggers. The triggers for the design coordination process are changes in the business requirements and services. Inputs. A number of sources of information are relevant to the design coordination process. These include change records and authorized changes, service charters for new or changed services, business information from the organization's business and IT strategy, the service portfolio, governance requirements, the program and project schedule. Outputs. The process outputs of design coordination are potentially a revised enterprise architecture, revised management systems, revised measurement and metrics methods, revised processes, service portfolio updates. Interfaces. The design coordination process also interfaces with all the processes that include service design activity, as depicted on the slide. CSFs. Critical success factors mainly are accurate and consistent SDPs, managing conflicting demands for shared resources, new and changed services meet customer expectations, KPI. Key performance indicators, that are mapped to critical success factors, include reduction in the number of subsequent revisions of the content of SDPs, percentage reduction in the rework required for new or changed service, improved effectiveness and efficiency in the service design processes, customer satisfaction score for each new or changed service. Challenges. The key challenges faced could be maintaining high-quality designs and SDPs consistently, ensuring that sufficient time and resources are devoted to design coordination activities, producing the desired high-quality designs without introducing unnecessary bureaucracy. Risks include potential lack of skills and knowledge, reluctance of the business to be involved, poor direction and strategy, lack of information on business priorities, insufficient interaction with an input from other lifecycle stages. Service catalog management. Purpose. The purpose of the service catalog management process is to provide and maintain a single source of consistent information on all operational services. Service catalog management goal is to provide and maintain a single source of consistent information on all operational services, and those being prepared to be run operationally. Objective. The objectives of the service catalog management process are to manage the information contained within the service catalog, to ensure that it is accurate and reflects the current details, status, interfaces and dependencies of all services that are being run, or being prepared to run, in the live environment. Value to the business. The service catalog ensures that all areas of the business can view an accurate, consistent picture of the IT services. The value to business is obtained through improved insight into service value to the business, enabling a more business-oriented decision-making process for investing in IT services. The service catalog is a database or structured document with information about all live IT services, as depicted on the slide. Policies, principles, and basic concepts. Service catalog is part of the service portfolio. Integrate and maintain portfolio and catalog as part of CMS. Manage changes through the change management process. Business Service Catalog and Technical Service Catalog. The service catalog should contain details of all services currently being provided. Service catalog policy contains guidance about service details to be recorded, service statuses to be recorded, details of responsibilities. Different types of services. A hierarchy of services within the service catalog, by qualifying exactly what type of service is recorded, is depicted on the slide. To view service catalog depicted in a graphical format for study. View service catalog depicted in a graphical format for study. Process activities. The key activities within the service catalog management process should include agreeing and documenting a service definition, interfacing with service portfolio management, producing and maintaining a service catalog and its contents, interfacing with support and suppliers. Triggers. The triggers for the service catalog management process are changes in the business requirements. Inputs. A number of sources of information are relevant to the service catalog management process, which include business information, business impact analysis, business requirements, service portfolio, CMS, feedback from other processes. Output. The process outputs of the service catalog management process are agreement on the definition of service, updates to the service portfolio, the service catalog, documentation. Key performance indicators include percentage of services recorded and managed within service catalog, percentage reduction and variance detected between service catalog and real-world situation, percentage completeness of customer-facing views of catalog against operational services, percentage increase in completeness of supporting services against IT components, increase in measured business user access to Internet-based service catalog. Critical success factors are accurate service catalog, business users awareness, IT staff awareness. The major challenge facing service catalog management is that of maintaining an accurate service catalog as part of a service portfolio. Risks. The risks associated with the provision of an accurate service catalog are inaccuracy and incorrect level of detail of data and information, poor acceptance of catalog and usage, poor access and support from other processes, poor tools and resources. Service Level Management, SLM. Purpose of SLM. The purpose of the SLM process is to ensure that all current and planned IT services are delivered to agreed achievable targets. The goal is to ensure agreed upon level of IT services for all provided current IT services. Objectives of SLM. The objectives of SLM are to define, document, agree, monitor, measure, report and review the level of IT services. Provide and improve the relationship and communication with the business and customers. Monitor and improve customer satisfaction. Ensure that proactive measures to improve the levels of service delivered. Scope of SLM. SLM should provide a point of regular contact, and communication to the customers and business managers of an organization in relation to service levels. SLM should establish and maintain SLAs for all current and live services and manage the level of service provided. Value to the business. SLM provides a consistent interface to the business for all service level related issues. It provides the business with the required management information to ensure that those targets have been met. SLM provides a reliable communication channel and a trusted relationship with the appropriate customers and business representatives. Business Relationship Management, BRM, and Service Level Management, SLM. SLM process exists to ensure that agreed achievable levels of service are provided to the customer and users. Business Relationship Management is more about identification of customer needs, and ensuring that the service provider is able to meet the customer's needs. Process activities, methods, and techniques. A schematic representation of the SLM depicted on the slide. Designing SLA frameworks. SLM must design the most appropriate SLA structure to ensure that all services and all customers are covered. There are a number of potential options, including the following: service-based SLA, customer-based SLA, multi-level SLAs. Produce SLRs. An SLR is a customer requirement for an aspect of an IT service. SLRs are based on business objectives and are used to negotiate agreed service level targets. SLRs relate primarily to the warranty of the service. Monitor performance. Nothing should be included in an SLA unless it can be effectively monitored and measured at a commonly agreed point. Existing monitoring capabilities should be reviewed and upgraded as necessary. It is essential that monitoring matches the customer's true perception of the service. Improve customer satisfaction. There is always scope for improvement. There are mechanisms by which customer satisfaction can be checked: periodic questionnaires and customer surveys, customer feedback from service review meetings, feedback from peers, satisfaction survey handouts, user group or forum meetings. Review SLAs. All SLAs and the agreements that underpin them must be kept up to date. They should be brought under the control of change management. They should also be reviewed periodically. Where changes are made, the agreements must be updated under change management control. Review underpinning agreements. It is also important that before committing to new or revised SLAs, existing contractual arrangements with suppliers are investigated and, where necessary, upgraded. Make sure all targets are aligned, document on-call procedures, and create formal OLAs for all internal support teams. Produce service reports. Immediately after the SLA is agreed and accepted, monitoring must be initiated, and service achievement reports must be produced. Use SLAM charts, accept that reports change over time and identify needs and automate as much as possible. Service Improvement Program, SIP. Periodic review meetings must be held on a regular basis with customers to review the service achievement in the last period. All processes and areas of the organization should be involved. SIP is instigated by SLM in conjunction with problem and availability management. SIP may also focus on training, testing and documentation. Develop contacts and relationships. It is very important that SLM develops trust and respect with the business. The service catalog provides the information that enables SLM to understand the relationships between the services and the business units. It should also provide the information on all the key business and IT contacts relating to the services. Complaints and compliments. The definition of a complaint and compliment should be agreed with the customers, together with agreed contact points, and procedures for their management and analysis. All complaints and compliments should be recorded and communicated to the relevant parties. All complaints should also be actioned and resolved to the satisfaction of the originator. Triggers. There are many triggers that instigate SLM activity. These include new or changed agreements, SLRs, SLAs, OLAs or contracts. Service review meetings and actions. Service breaches or threatened breaches. Compliments and complaints. Changes in strategy or policy. Inputs. A number of sources of information are relevant to the SLM process. These include business information, business requirements and business impact analysis. The strategies, policies and constraints from service strategy. The service portfolio and service catalog. Change information from the change management process with a forward schedule of changes. Customer and user feedback, complaints and compliments. Outputs. The outputs of SLM should include service reports, service improvement plan, SIP, service quality plan, document templates, SLAs, SLRs, OLA, UGs, service review meeting minutes and actions. SLA review and service scope review meeting minutes. Revised contracts. Key performance indicators. KPIs and metrics can be used to judge the efficiency and effectiveness of SLM activities and the progress of the SIP. They include number or percentage of service targets being met, number and severity of service breaches, number of services with up-to-date SLAs, number of services with timely reports and active service reviews. CSFs. Critical success factors include manage the overall quality of IT services required, deliver the service as previously agreed upon at affordable costs, manage the interface with the business and users. Challenges. Critical challenge faced by SLM is that of identifying suitable customer representatives to negotiate. Staff at different levels within the customer community may have different objectives and perceptions of a service. And, finding agreement on service provisions from within the IT provider and/or with suppliers is a major hurdle. Risks. Some of the risks associated with service level management are a lack of accurate input, involvement and commitment from the business and customers. The process becomes too bureaucratic. Bypassing the use of the SLM processes. High customer expectations and low perception,